Hello, hello, my love. I hope this finds you doing so well. Listen, there's this moment that happens for so many of us. Maybe in your kitchen, or you're driving to work, or lying at bed at night, and suddenly it hits you like a freight train. Holy clustercuss, I have been living my entire life for other people. Like you wake up one day and realize you don't even know what you want for breakfast. You've been so busy making sure everyone else is happy, comfortable, not mad at you, not having big feelings because those are scary. There's no conflict. I'm fine. Are you okay? Let's be okay. That you forget to ask yourself what you actually like, what you actually want, what you actually need, what your preferences are, who you actually are when no one's watching. It's wild, right? Like how we can just disappear inside our own lives. I see this all the time with the people I work with. Brilliant, accomplished, beautiful spirits who can tell you everything about their kids' schedules, their partner's preferences, their boss's mood, their aging parents, everything. But ask them what they want. Like, in their heart of hearts, what do they want for their lives? Blank stare. Like you just ask them to solve calculus in ancient Greek. Here's what happened. Somewhere along the line, probably when you were like really, really little, maybe 5, your nervous system figured out that being liked was the same as being safe. That if you could just read the room perfectly, anticipate everyone's needs, stay 2 steps ahead of any potential conflict, live from obligation, then maybe nobody would leave. Nobody would explode. No one would tell you you're too much. No one would negate your feelings. No one would give you the silent treatment. So, you got really, really good at it. You became a professional people reader, an emotional detective. You could sense a mood shift from 3 counties away. And listen, it worked, right? I mean, right? People loved you. You were the easy kid, the responsible, the one who never caused problems, the one no one knew, the one who was hiding so far away from the life she was in. And you got praise for being so mature, so thoughtful, an old soul, so like convenient. God, my easy kid, right? But here's the thing nobody tells you. That strategy has an expiration date because eventually you hit a wall. You wake up feeling like you're living someone else's life. Like you've been wearing a costume for so long, you forget what your actual face looks like underneath. That feeling, that's what I call emotional outsourcing. It's a term I coined that I'm pretty proud of because it really, for me, summarizes the lived experience of being in our codependent, perfectionist, and people-pleasing habits. So emotional outsourcing is the chronic habit of looking outside yourself to determine how to feel, who to be, and whether you are okay. It's when your sense of self-worth, your emotional regulation, and your decision-making all depend on other people's reactions, approval, and validation. It's checking someone else's face before you let yourself know what you think about something. It's needing other people's approval before you can approve of yourself. It's feeling like you don't know who you are unless someone else is reflecting back to you. It's feeling like everything is a crisis and everyone's urgency is your emergency. It's feeling like obligation is the only way to live, and I don't know, it's just how we do, right? When you don't know what to call this invisible habit, you call yourself broken, dramatic, too sensitive, too much, or not enough. We pathologize our own survival strategies when we don't know what else to call them. So what if I told you there's nothing wrong with you? What if I told you that your inner children and your nervous system are actually absolutely brilliant for coming up with this strategy? That all those parts of you learned to do exactly what they needed to do to keep you connected, to keep you safe, and to help you belong. My beauty, your nervous system will do anything, and I mean anything, to attempt to keep you in connection with others. We're pack animals as humans. We need each other. So it'll mute your opinions, swallow your anger, disconnect you from your body so you don't have to feel the betrayal of not being truly met. It will convince you to earn love by disappearing inside your own life. The problem isn't that you're broken. The problem is that you're still using strategies that worked when you were 7 but don't serve you anymore. I lived this. I've coached thousands of women through this. I saw the relief in their eyes when they finally had language for what they'd been experiencing their whole lives. And they realized they weren't bunkers, they weren't too much, they weren't fundamentally flawed, they weren't not enough, they were just living outsourced. And that's why I wrote a book called End Emotional Outsourcing: How to Overcome Your Codependent, Perfectionist, and People-Pleasing Habits. Because I needed to give this otherwise invisible habit a name, because you can't change what you can't see. And the words codependent, perfectionist, people-pleasing, they never really did the job for me. So I came up with emotional outsourcing, because once we can name it, once we can see it clearly, we can start to interrupt it. And with this new term, we can drop the old stigma, blame, and shame of the past and can come to a new understanding of these habits as survival skills. Because once we can name it, we can stop living our lives in orbit around everyone else's approval. This book isn't about you becoming someone different. It's about coming home to who you already are underneath all that performance. It's about trusting yourself again. It's nerdy science and somatics, years of clinical work and lived experience wrapped in stories and strategies to help you stop living for everyone else's approval and start trusting your own inner compass. It's about remembering that you were never meant to live your life in orbit around everyone else's needs and moods and expectations. You were meant to be the center of your own universe and your desire, your own North Star. And because I want to support you in recognizing yourself in this concept of emotional outsourcing, I'm going to be doing these bonus episodes every week until the book arrives. Because the more you can see these patterns, the more you can start to interrupt them. The more you can start living your life for you. The book comes out on September 30th. If you pre-order it now at beatricealbina.com/book, you'll get some beautiful bonuses to help you start this work right away. Because my love, you are never meant to live for anyone and everyone else. You were meant to live for you. Thanks for joining me. I'll talk to you soon.